Twin Ring Motegi in Motegi, Japan held round number 4 of the 2022 B Fuel Premier Series. The Motegi 150 was on tap, 100 laps and 150 miles. Michael Stroll would lead away with the Chance Through Designs Pole Award, ahead of Justin Anderson, Justin Muncil, Nick Terabuk, and Don Stevenson rounding out the top 5. This was Stroll's 7th career pole in 74 Fuel Premier Series starts, his first of the season, and his first since the 2022 A finale at Homestead. Other notables include Brent Cook in 11th, and Kevin Motz making his Fuel debut in 35th. Stroll would lead a race high of 40 laps, with the fastest lap of the night of a 37.788. Early hard chargers Thomas Bressi and Will Roberts. Roberts started in 14th, with Bressi right behind in 15th. By first pit stops, Roberts had climbed to 7th, with Bressi in 12th. Other notables include Cody Smith, who started 22nd and found himself up to 13th, Jacob Fife, who started 33rd and managed to get his way up to 21st, Matt Owens, who started 26th and wound his way up into P18, and Nick Terabuk, who would make a pass for the lead on Michael Stroll, having started in the 5th position. Terabuk would lead a total of 39 laps on the night, 1 lap short of Stroll's 40. First pit cycle started at lap 33, with several drivers electing to split the race into thirds and take fresh tires at this junction. Others elected to run the tanks dry, running all the way out to as much as lap 48 before pitting for tires and fuel. This would become very crucial as the race went on. As is often the case, Simbros, Will Roberts, and Tyler Hinsley were tied at the hip for the second run, never more than 2 seconds adrift of each other. First caution of the night would come out on lap 69. Justin Muncil had to check up for Forrest Smith ahead, slid up half a lane and into Rob Ackley, sending him spinning. Ackley was second going into the pit cycle. Caution in the middle of the pit cycle sent the running order into chaos. Nick Terabuk would lead away, ahead of Justin Muncil, Don Stevenson, Michael Stroll, and Andrew Fayash. The race was slowed again shortly after as Tyler Hinsley and Brent Cook made contact off of turn 4, sending Cook hard into the inside wall. This would effectively end his night with the damage that he sustained. When all was said and done, Brent Cook would come home 24th. On lap 93, Nick Terabuk would briefly retake the lead, but just 1 lap later, Justin Muncil would retake again. Muncil would lead a total of 17 laps on the night, always finding himself in the top 5. Lap 95 would be packed full of action. Going into turn 1, Will Roberts made incidental contact with Forrest Smith, sending Smith sideways and the field behind scrambling. Heading into turn 3, Cal Filarski was forced to abort a late pass, upsetting the car and sending the number 6 Grizzly Ford Mustang into the outside wall. Ahead of that pack, the side draft went wrong for Cody Erdman as he made contact with Andrew Fayash, sending the Pennsylvania driver into the inside wall, bringing out the race's 3rd and final caution. A green-white checker restart on lap 100 had Justin Muncil out front with Chad Mikas on his outside. Nick Terabuk would restart in 3rd with Stroll in 4th, and Cody Erdman would find himself in P5. close on so many occasions. In his 25th career start, Justin Muncil would round out of turn number 4 and would take home victory, his first in the Fuel Premier Series. The lead incident involving Will Roberts and Rob Ackley sent the rear of the field into a frenzy as Ackley tagged the back end of Roberts going into turn 3. Don Stevenson had a quiet night, running in the top 5 much of the night, leading 1 lap. Stevenson would finish in P7. Brian Young had a rough night. After starting in 17th, Young had to work his way through the pack on multiple occasions and fight traffic on late restarts. After falling as low as 32nd at one point, Young pulled through for a 13th place finish. Casey Lakatos played the long game on pit strategy, but found himself fighting through traffic late, just the same on the late restarts. When all was said and done, Lakatos would finish 14th. Kyle Filarski would play the strategy well, finding himself as high as 11th, before late contact would relegate him to a 25th place finish. DJ Grantham had a mostly quiet night, riding around 20th position, leading 1 lap under caution, but strategy would not work out in his favor, and when all was said and done, he would end up 30th. Matt Owens started 26th and worked his way up to 13th under the green flag pit cycles, and played the late cautions to perfection. Owens would finish 8th on the night and would take home the Primate Pest Control Hard Charger Award. Finishing order for the night, Justin Muncil took home the victory, leading 17 laps ahead of Nick Terabuk. Chad Mikus would lead 1 lap on the night and finish in 3rd. Michael Stroll was 4th and Cody Erdman 5th. Thomas Bressie was 6th, Don Stevenson 7th, Matt Owens 8th, Joe Dinsmore 9th, and Cody Smith in 10th. Rounding out the top 20 had Tyler Hensley in 11th, Justin Anderson, Brian Young, Casey Lakatos and Brandon Bernhardt rounding out the top 15, Forrest Smith, Jacob Fife, Carl Henderson, Will Roberts, and Andrew Fayosh rounding out the 20th. Harley Moss would come home 21st with Jonathan Gervin 22nd. Kevin Motz in his debut was 23rd. Brent Cook after the early contact came home 24th. Cal Filarski in 25th. Justin Morton, your Sonoma winner, would end up 26th. Daniel Foss 27th. Rob Ackley 28th. Kyle Cooper 29th. And DJ Grantham rounding out the top 30. Brandon Wingard finished 31st. Then we start to get into the did not finishes. Kyle Brooks ended up 32nd. Casey Shue 33rd. DJ Stagner in 34th. Brian McFerrin in 35th. And rounding out the field, Blake Ziti in 36th.